It's gone beyond what I could have ever think. When they did the Grinch thing originally, the first one, I was actually somewhat of a skeptic. I was like, really? We're gonna put the Grinch, you know? And then I started to hear the script, and the first time I read it, I'm like, I guess, maybe. And by the time I saw the third version of the script and I read it, finally I was like, okay, I get it. This could be really cool. And then by the time we got the costumes and the live actors and it was actually put on, I was blown away. It was really cool, really, really fun. As a kid, like many families, we used to once a year get in the car, grab some hot chocolate, and go drive around and look at the Christmas lights around Eugene. I presented the idea, the concept to them, like, hey, this is a dream that I've had.
When Scott came to us with this idea, this dream to do a show like this, my first thought was, wow, how amazing. Even at the start of our church, one of the first things we would do would be not about giving to ourselves, but giving to our community.
We originally had the idea that we would just try to pull something off that was interesting and entertaining and use lights and music to get it done, to where now it's a full production. And that's been really fun to watch it mature and to, you know, add elements to it.
Seeing the growth of this has been just incredible, you know, from that first year with maybe just around 600 cars, a couple thousand people, to now where it's some 2,000 cars, 6,000 people. Just every year it has grown. We've been able to see more people. It's been amazing to watch.
Being one of the people that had the original vision around the lights at New Hope, it's been really, really fulfilling to see that vision come to life and to be an annual event for families and to be able to give back to our community and give them something that they can really enjoy for Christmas that costs them nothing.
One of my favorite stories from the lights was, I remember one year a lady came through and she rolled down the window. We said hi to her, and she said, I want you to know this. She said, it's been kind of a tough year. I haven't had a lot to give to my kids for Christmas this year, but she said, I know I can give them this. And for me, I went, you know, that's what makes it all worth it. That's why we do the lights.
I would say the fascinating thing about this piece that's different than other shows that you're going to go and see really is that it's combining a lot of different mediums, combining audio recording with lights, with live action, but not having people speak live is just a really powerful thing, I think, and it's just something that I think makes it unique. We started rehearsing the mini musical portion of the show the day after Thanksgiving, and by the time we actually hit the stage for the first show, it will be about 20+ hours. We want to make sure that it's bigger than life, that they can see their expressions and their movements. So we do a lot of working on that, and the interaction between the Grinch and Cindy Lou and making that just really fun. It really was a big challenge to do that, even in comparison to like a 3-hour musical that I've directed before. And I was actually surprised by that it would take so much work to pull something like this off. I love combining all kinds of different elements, all kinds of different artistry together, and this show does that.
My first thought when they were bringing these two stories together was that it would be a fun sort of exercise. It was interesting, and it seemed like it was meant to be. The nativity scene, which is classic Christmas Story, and Dr. Seuss's The Grinch. I just sort of went home and watched The Grinch over and over again. It's sort of fun to give yourself permission to be a Grinch for a little while and to sort of put yourself in his head.
The writing on this project is just fantastic. The words on the page just leapt right out. It made it really easy to do the part.
It's always perfect when you can reach other people, and you feel so good when you can tell a good story and people like it.
Usually with this kind of recording, we'd put them all in separate booths and then just have them play off each other's audio. But we decided to put them in the same room together because they could play off of each other's responses to the script a lot better if they could be face-to-face. It turns from acting into something else if you have everybody really in the right vibe, and I think it worked. You can hear it.
Just the whole recording process was a lot of fun. Having the New Hope creative team here to kind of give vision to it, and then being able to read the script and be a part of something really great, it was just a great experience all the way around.
Working with Richard, he's so great. Just having him as the voice coming from the heavens was perfect. And Natasha, it was my first time meeting her, but she really nailed it. She was great. And Jeff, of course, is the Grinch. I mean, I don't know if you could do it better if you weren't Jim Carrey, you know? So he did a great job.
I really liked the Jim Carrey Grinch a lot, so I just sat and listened a lot and tried to deconstruct kind of what he did. For me, it's different, but it's a little bit Sean Connery, and then it's a little bit, you know, Jim Carrey, and it all mashes together, and it's all kind of what you do with your face. If you put your face like this, and it sounds a little more grinchy. So it's kind of weird mechanics of distorting your face and also doing something with your voice, and it's a lot of fun.
You never know the voice that's going to come out of somebody's head, and it's really cool to see an excellent voice actor at work.
For some reason, to me, his voice is just like the Grinch's. When he does it, he just adds that extra laugh, and you don't expect it, and then all of a sudden he does it. It's like, you just start laughing, and then it like starts being the fun side to me, because then I start like getting into it.
Natasha is great, and Richard is the same old fart.
First of all, you know, I wasn't really expecting the Grinch to look like he did. I was, you know, expecting a little, you know, that he would be doing more acting, that it wouldn't actually be this green, slimy individual that walked in the room.
I mean, the whole time that we were recording, everybody was cracking jokes. To keep the energy right, you have to just have fun. If you're not having fun, you're not doing it right.
To be able to play a role like the Grinch is just a pleasure. To be able to offer that to the community for free, something that you can bring your entire family to and enjoy, make it a family tradition, it's just really great. It's something that we love doing at New Hope, and it's something that, well, even the Grinch can get behind.
We usually start designing these shows in July or August of the previous year, and then from there we go into the actual building the scaffolding process. We work from the early morning till the late evening during these setup days, and this morning when I got here it was about 32 degrees, and you can still kind of see my breath, and it's the warmest part of the day. It warmed up to about 48. To pull a show like this off, it takes around 400 man hours. We have a team of around 15 to 20 people that are out here constantly working to set up the scaffolding, put all the lights up, zip tie all the cables together, dress everything so it was ready for show night. This year we have about 20,000 LED bulbs, and almost every strand is controlled independently with the dimmers that are behind me. When this show starts, it's a bright, high-energy production. It's a huge honor to be a part of this massive show and to work with all these incredible people.
We give away about 400 to 500 gallons of hot chocolate each year, and that's a lot of hot chocolate. A lot of mixing, a lot of pouring and transporting. Goes along with the cold weather and the Christmas season to have a hot drink, watch a show, and we just hope it blesses them and kind of shows them the heart behind who we are.
In order to make the show happen, it takes hundreds of volunteers, from the whole production team to put the show together, to the hospitality team giving away hot chocolate and popcorn, to setup crew, traffic team making sure people park and don't get in accidents. It is just incredible the amount of energy that goes into making a show like this happen. And so I would just want to say thank you to every person who's been involved, not just for what they did, but for the heart that was behind what they did, that they would stand out in the cold for hours on end in order to give this gift to our community. I, for one, am just so grateful to be able to walk alongside people that love our town like that. Our hope is the same every year, that people will come, experience the show, and it might just lift them up a little bit. Maybe they're having a tough time this Christmas, and maybe it will encourage them a little bit of lightness in their step, maybe a little more Christmas spirit, and maybe just a little bit more hope. That's really the heart behind the Lights of New Hope.
Preparing for a role like this, I studied some acting, and so I looked at Stanislavski, I checked method acting out, and I realized wardrobe was going to be a really key part of this. So I dug deep in my closet and found this first wardrobe here. I felt like it was going to be really good. I like it. It really says Christmas, and it says Christmas with cats, which I love, so that was good. But I realized it wasn't quite Grinchy enough. It wasn't probably going to be a little bit of that mean spirit or edge that you need. So I went into my closet and I found this one here, and it says, Merry Christmas, your gift is in the litter box. And I feel like that really kind of encapsulated the Grinch and maybe the role in and of itself.